Hey guys, today we're reviewing one of my favorite guns of all time. What we got here is one of my hunting setups. It's a Tikka T3X CTR 6.5 Creedmoor. Just go over a few of the specs. This is, like I said, a 6.5 Creedmoor, 1 1/8 twist. We've got a 20-inch barrel, and I really like this gun for what we use it for. I like to plink still, but I also like to have precision when I'm in the field. Use this mainly for a predator hunting gun. Kill quite a few coyotes with it. First and foremost, what most people know when they know Tikka is this right here. I mean, it's just smooth as glass. Actions are great, but overall, why I chose to go with Tikka, I did a lot of reviews. This gun is a shooter, and I'm not a professional shooter by any means, and this gun makes me look a lot better than what I am. You probably see this janky little cheek weld here. Basically just put tape and foam till I haven't invested too much in the cheek weld right now, just because I'm gonna get a new stock eventually. And saying that, the stock on here is not bad at all. I've shot out to 900 yards as far as I can get currently at our place right now, and the stock has not seemed to be an issue. It free floats as far as we can tell. We've ran paper down it, and no contact there. Like I said, it's a 20-inch barrel. You don't get as much velocity as you would. Like this gun also comes in the 24-inch, so you can choose between the 24-inch and the 20. I chose the 20 just for, as you can see there, I'm running a suppressor, and I like to be as compact as I can, but still have enough velocity to get the job done. What I'm running on top is a Vortex Viper HST 6.24 by 50. I've got the LaRue Tactical Quick Detach. I think the model is 704. Those have been really good. This comes with the Tikka's proprietary 10-round mag. The mag has worked flawless. You can cycle it as fast as you have to with any length of bullets that's within that mag length, and it's performed flawless. Mag release is right here. It's ambidextrous. If you guys can see this, you got one here, one here. So mag release is actually behind the mag instead of in front, unlike a lot of guns. Just a 2-position safety, forward, back. Let's see, these grips are interchangeable. I actually changed this out for a more vertical grip. It comes with a more basically horizontal grip, but I like the vertical just so when I go prone on these shorter bipods, it works really good. They come with, you can change out the butt spacers, but I haven't done that. It fits me well. Guys, one of the main things that I did not mention, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it, the Tikka triggers. I've felt a lot of aftermarket triggers, but I have not felt a factory trigger better than this trigger right here. It's adjustable, I think up to 4.5 pounds or so. I think mine's set right now at about 2 1/4, and it breaks so clean. There's hardly any creep at all. The creep that is felt is good creep. There's no grit at all. It's a smooth, just a steadily applied pressure, and it's a good trigger. I've been very impressed with it. Like I said, I've shot Timneys. I've actually pulled one of their Jewels, and I've pulled a Calvin, and this trigger right here, you cannot beat it. Like I said, for factory, guys, it's a good trigger. Like I set it at 2 1/4 because I think it's the perfect combination between when you're predator hunting and you're trying to squeeze one off with precision, and you're also trying to shoot targets. 2 1/4 has been good for us, but just wanted to mention that about the trigger. What I'm running on the end is a Griffin Armament Recce 7 30 cal can. It's done really good for what we've done it for. I've been impressed with it. The scope, Vortex Viper HST. You know, there's a lot better glass out there, but this has really done the job for us. Like I said, I shoot occasional long range, but mostly hunting situations, and it's been a good scope. The only downfall is, you know, I've got loophole binoculars here, and they're $400 binoculars, and this is a $600 scope. Of course, it's got more features, but the glass isn't near as sharp. It's a little bit cloudy, the colors don't pop, but it's track true. I've never not tracked true on it. I mean, you can roll it around 3 revolutions, come right back and shoot the same. It's a little heavy, a little on the heavy side, but it's okay. It's good for $600 MSRP. You can't beat it. Looking to eventually upgrade this. Going back to the stock, guys, if you want to shoot off of a bench and you're serious about it, I would go ahead and upgrade. Stock's okay ergonomically, but I feel there's a lot better choices in the aftermarket world. A 20-inch barrel does fine. I'm shooting a 143 grain ELDX, the Hornady factory ammo, and I'm shooting around, probably 25, I'm thinking 25, 50 possibly. And like I said, I've shot out to 900 yards, and there's quite a bit of elevation difference between that and a 24-inch barrel, but in the end you have to dial either way. So I'm okay with the 20-inch barrel losing that velocity. What I'm running on the front when we go prone is some cheaper Blackhawk bipods. I'm looking to get some Harris here pretty quick. Let's see if I'm missing anything on the features of this gun. That's it, guys. If you have any questions about it, let me know, and I'd be glad to answer it. I've got about a 1.5 years experience. I've got approximately 800 rounds down the tube on this gun, so I've got fairly bit of time behind the trigger on it, and I've been very impressed with this gun. It's definitely worth it. I guess what you may want to know is how much it costs. This is a stainless version, and I got it, I think, from Euro Optic for $1,040, and that was out the door after shipping and everything. So it can be had under $1,000 without the stainless option, but I went ahead and went with the stainless beaded, and it's held up well. As long as you, I mean, even with stainless, guys, you still got to keep it out of the weather and do your part. Once you get back home, wipe it down and take care of like you would any other gun. But yeah, like I said, any other questions about the gun, feel free to drop it in the comments, and we'll be glad to answer it. Thanks, guys.
All right, so I'm going to give you an overview over my Tikka CTR T3X, which is the exact same factory rifle as Tanner's. It's got a little bit different setup. Obviously, I painted it, but like I said, they're the exact same rifles, but I just wanted to give you my take on it, how I've got mine set up, and the ammo that I'm shooting through mine. So Tanner pretty much said everything that needs to be stated about it. I absolutely love this gun. Tanner got his first, and after seeing how accurate his was and how well it shot, I had to get one. So let's see here. So the biggest differences is I'm gonna start back here with the stock. I've got a Triad tactical stock pack. I really like this stock pack. I don't use it, I mean, it does help carry extra ammo, but the biggest thing is it just gives me a good cheek weld. It raises that comb so I don't have to put, you know, in Tanner's where's the janky thing on the back of my gun. But no, it works really well, and it does carry extra ammo. And I also keep a little Allen wrench, and I recommend that if you do this, get a little baggie for it, but I keep an Allen wrench that goes to my turrets inside my stock pack all the time, so it's always there if I need it. Moving up to the front, like I said, nothing's really changed. I haven't changed out the pistol grip on the stock. I think it's good the way it is. This is an SWFA 3-15. It's the first focal plane. It's set up in mil. The reason I went with mils is because they were having a sale on the mil model that day, so I managed to save quite a bit of money on it. It's a really good scope for what it is. It's super reliable, which I really like. It's tough. It tracks great, but the clarity on the glass isn't that great. But whenever you're in that, you know, sub $1,000 range, you know, buying glass, you're gonna be cutting the cost somewhere. And I would rather, to me, and I think Tanner would agree with me, that tracking is more important than clarity when it comes to your rifle scope. He's just nodding his head, yeah. Because if it doesn't track well, then it doesn't matter how clear the glass is. But I really like it. I'm using SWFA rings along with that. I would just speak to getting good rings. Don't put cheap rings on your rifle. It's worth it. You don't want to put anything on there that's going to continuously be a problem, whether they're coming loose or they're not perfectly aligned. But these are pretty good rings. My magazine, I'll talk about my ammo real quick since I got there. I'm shooting the 140 grain Federal Gold Medal match. I realize that's not exactly a hunting round. I'm actually working with some 130 grain Game Changers from Sierra, which is going to be my future load, but I just haven't had time to actually work one up like I like it. I've got some loads that are shooting, sub MOA, so it's shooting good. I love the trigger too. One of the things I really like in a bolt gun is just a really short travel. But it is short, but I like how it's just a really crisp break. Other than that though, the only thing I'd say about the magazines is they're expensive. If you look up the Tikka magazines online, they're $100. So I haven't bought another one yet, so I'd strongly recommend do not lose this one. But anyways, no, it works good. I've never had a failure to feed or anything like that. Works really, really well. Moving up, I've got the Harris 6-9 on the front, but we continually swap in and out. Sometimes we use the 6-9s, but most of the time though, I'd say 99% of the time, we're running the 13-27 Harrises because we're usually seated, and worst case scenario, we do have to go prone for a longer shot. You could still go ahead and get a decent prone position with those 13-27s. I'm a strong believer in those. Down here on the end, this is my newest can. This is the Dead Air Nomad 30. It's incredible. It's awesome. It's super quiet. You've seen videos of me killing coyotes with this thing already. It's really accurate. It's a really light can. I really like it. I would strongly recommend run the direct thread. If you're going to be running a suppressor, get a direct thread and go with it, especially for a bolt gun. Now on my AR I have a QD suppressor, but accuracy isn't my #1 priority when it comes to that gun. But for this gun it is. So get a direct thread. You'll thank yourself. I've also got a Dead Air Sandman TI that's coming in. I should get in a few months. I'll compare it to the Nomad, but really I like the Nomad for this because it keeps it a little bit shorter profile and it's a little bit lighter. I went with the 20-inch as well. Like I said, this is the exact same gun as Tanner's. Anything else that I might have missed? Painting. Okay, so if any of you are curious about how I painted it, this is literally just Rust-Oleum camo colors. Okay, I gave it a base layer of tan because we're doing most of our coyote hunting in the winter time, so I tried to match kind of that color, that lighter color of the grass, and got a little bit of brown and green mixed in there. And yeah, it's gonna peel and it's gonna look rough, but it kind of makes it look cool, but would I recommend doing it again? I don't know. I'm really thinking about Cerakoting this. So the cool thing about just using just Rust-Oleum or Krylon or whatever is you can actually peel the paint off pretty easy. Get some Hops 9 or something like that, rub it on the metal and it comes right off. So I mean, you can always paint it, and then if you decide that, hey, I want to do something different, I want to get it back to its factory look, you can then just take the paint right off. Down here it's peeled some because I've been cleaning my gun, but I like getting rid of that shine on the stainless steel. I strongly recommend getting stainless steel if you can, because it is going to help with prevent rust. Other than that though, this is my setup. This is the gun that was used to get the 650-yard coyote kill on our video this year. And if you're thinking about getting the Tikka, I would do it. The only drawbacks to the Tikka that you do need to be aware of is there's not as many aftermarket options. Okay, it's not as common as the Savage, not as common as the Remington. So you're gonna have to kind of search and look to find, companies that make stocks and finding the right stock for you. I know Bell & Carlson makes some, but they're not exactly on the lighter end. You gotta pay a little more money. But also Grayboe, if you'll call them, they will actually do a custom Tikka stock for you. So that's really the only drawback. It's a great rifle, and love the 6.5 Creedmoor. It's a great round. All right, thanks guys. to center, probably about a quarter
inch.
Yeah. By the time you subtract the diameter of the bullet, yeah.
Tikka CTR T3X 6.5 Creedmoor.